Welcome to Your Real Estate Show. I'm George Gotti, and today I have the great pleasure and privilege to be at 48 Franklin Street in the great town of Franklin Township, East Millstone Historic Section. And today I will have the opportunity to speak with the owner of this wonderful property that will be marketed by myself and my partner, Blanche Paul. So welcome, Joe, who is the owner of this property. Hello, Joe.
Hi, how are you?
Great. It's as I said, it's a great privilege to have you on this program. It's a short mini program for us to get an opportunity to get a little bit of information about this really wonderful historic home. My question to you is, can you give me an idea, how long have you owned this property?
I've owned this property for 11 years, but I've known this property for 41 years because the person who had the house just before me was trying to move out of Somerville, had just retired, and was looking for a nice, quaint place to live that would be quiet and perfect for a gentleman who had just retired. Found this house, fell in love with it immediately. He moved in, stayed here 30 years, and unfortunately he decided to move on, and he left this house to me. I had to fight with myself into whether I should move into this house and get out of my old house, but I immediately had people interested in the house for rental, so I rented the house the next month, and I had the same people living in the house for 10 years.
Fantastic. Joe,
Yes.
what do you find the most desirable feature or features of this home?
This house is interesting because it has a bit of the old and a bit of the new, but yet the new doesn't take over that feeling of colonialism or federalism in the house. It looks small, but the rooms are very large, and nothing is standing in the way of going from one room to the other. As a result, you have a lot more space than you do in a lot of the older homes that have little nooks and crannies where you have to go buy something left and right. So we were very lucky with that here in the 6 rooms that are in this house.
Can you give us an idea of what you have done to upgrade this property and bring it into the 21st century?
Sure, we tried to keep the house as close as possible to the way it was. So we had to redo the kitchen. The cabinets in the kitchen, I'm sure, are not the originals, and they weren't very good, so we decided to redo the whole kitchen. So the whole kitchen has been redone. We also wanted to make sure that we had a superb hot water heater, washer dryers. So most of the appliances are all brand new. And more importantly, especially for older people in the house, there was no bathroom downstairs. So you had to go all the way upstairs, let's say for convenience. Well, we decided we'd make another convenience down here. So we put a small bathroom downstairs in the mudroom so that people would have a powder room downstairs too.
Super, super. How about the roof? How old is the roof?
It's brand new. I just had the roof put on 3 months ago.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's really great. Excellent. What about this area do you feel the most proud of?
Well, this is a fantastic area to live in. The interesting thing about this area, it used to be the Lenape Indians used to live here. And the area is really very, very small. It's 4 or 5 streets by 4 or 5 streets. It became one of the major centers of the area. It actually became Somerset Courthouse, much like May Courthouse down in the south. So it was pretty important at one time. And then with the canal, we used to get a lot of boats coming in. There used to be a lot of business going on here. And gradually it got smaller and smaller. And the houses were all built mainly in the 19th century. Some of them probably go back into the 18th century. They've remained the same. They all look fantastic. And even in this little tiny property, little tiny village, you still have the main things for older people. You have a small general store where you can go if you need stuff. They know who the people are. They even deliver, especially to the older people. You've got 4 different churches of different denominations for whatever your denomination is, if you choose to go to church in the area. That has its own old cemetery if you want to get scared during Halloween or anything like that. The people are fantastic just for this Halloween. The people next door for the adults opened up their property and had light drinks and stuff for everybody in the neighborhood.
How nice.
Even for me, and I wasn't living here. I went across the street. They all had
Fantastic.
stuff going on. So it's a wonderful place to live. It's
Fantastic.
good for kids and animals.
Joe, thank you so very much for giving us this information, very informative. And if you have any interest in this property, feel free to give us a call, Blanche, Paul, or George Gotti, and the phone numbers are right here. Thank you very much.